Yo, that girl needs to be fired quick, bro.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, we're a little late. Like I said, the multiplayer, but we're a little late. Actually, I'm trying to look for the show, and I have it here. I didn't even tweet the show out myself. Let me pause this right quick. I'm gonna hit the like button. Ladies and gentlemen, if you be so kind, just to hit the like button. I'm gonna run a little behind. Next gen had to get my wounds. I was back here looking at my wounds. Had to get them situated. You know what I mean? But we back, man. You guys see the name of the show. At the start of the generation, we had the Resolution Gate and Digital Foundry. What did you say? The PS4 Pro got those souped up textures, soup textures. Now we have the Texture Gate. It's about to go down. Now listen, I got 3 ponies in here tonight. I got Alex.
Yeah.
I got P-Rock. I got the Deadly MVP magazine. Listen, man. Listen. I into this tonight's show, I needed more ponies than bots. Cause you guys, you gonna have to defend you. We got to talk about this for a second, man. Hold on, man. Let me tweet this out, man. Hold up. But like I said before, I'm still doing the stuff. Like I said, I'm running on Black Man's time right now. Super duper late, tweeting as I'm speaking. Porter, what you been up to, bro? I see you did another thesis today. By yourself.
Yeah, man. I gotta make sure motherfuckers stop all this non-profit work for Microsoft and shit.
Oh, is that what you call the Jedi mind trick?
These motherfuckers, I don't know what y'all doing. Y'all trying to file for some Chapter 7 shit.
Listen,
Microsoft.
Now
we're on soldiers.
Now we're on the street. Is recourse as good as Gears and Halo?
Hey,
what the hell is going on here? What we doing?
What these motherfuckers are trying to say now.
Let me say this.
I'm hearing Quantum Break and Records as good as Halo and Gears.
You guys are so disrespectful, man.
Remember what? Have you guys seen Eddie Murphy Raw? Do you remember what Eddie Murphy
Jedi mind trick?
What would happen when you don't eat for years and then you get a cracker and then that cracker tastes like turkey? Remember when Eddie Murphy said that? That's not a regular cracker. That's gotta be a saltine, right? It's gotta be a saltine.
He done took it back with that one. That was Raw. That wasn't delivered. Oh my God! That's
what I'm saying. Raw, baby. That's I have to give it to you, Xbox. Raw. By the way,
they dead in the water.
Listen, man, hold up. You ain't about to do. I'm gonna get another bot in here.
Yo, I'm about to download Record right now if it's good as Gears.
Your Xbox now,
we gonna definitely be like I said. We definitely gonna make it happen. Hold up. Let me. Hold on, man. Hold on.
Have you got your Xbox now, Paul Rock?
Yeah.
I'm good with this. I got Mighty Moss in here today. All right, we good.
They about to try to change this scenario.
I see. They changed the scenario. Hey, listen. Hold up.
Listen.
It's okay. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about
what scenario we changing? That's getting right to what I'm getting. I'm about to get Record right now.
We already admitted that, but we're gonna talk about the real shit, which is that all these games on the PS4 Pro look like trash.
Now it look like trash.
My
nigga, y'all niggas been paying $900 for the last 3 years. Stop that bullshit.
Yeah, for the last 3 years. Now we talking about the real shit. Y'all was talking about it for the last 3 years.
You have to pay for the
last 3 years.
Y'all can have that extra money.
All of a sudden, it don't matter. It's about what you want to happen. Nah, bruh.
All right, hold on.
I'm gonna take it from my man Next Gen.
You better get them exclusives up.
Biggest knife in the drawer, cut all the bullshit out.
Yeah, you should have been cut that shit out 3 years ago.
Hold on 1 second.
I told us we gotta get our exclusives up. Have you not seen Shannon Loftis statements?
Yeah, I did, and we talked about it on these slides. That shit was losing their mind.
Hold on 1 second.
What did Shannon Loftis say?
Hold on 1 second. 1 second. Just give me 1 second before we get into the show. Listen, they cat fighting already. I was trying to do a little introduction.
Fuck the introduction. We go straight to the sauce. You heard? Y'all already know who the fuck I am.
No, we ain't got time for introducctions. It's 9:30 p.m.
They know who
we gotta get up in
here, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, right? If you would be so kind,
this is the Royal Rumble.
All right, if you be so kind, hit the like button.
Hit the like button.
I'm running a little behind schedule, but we're gonna be here for about an hour. We're not gonna be here too long. My man Porter Rock, I get up and you make the donuts. You get a part-time job at Dunkin' Donuts. So we're not gonna be here long. But anyway, like I said, what do you guys want to talk about? Shannon Loftis first, or do you want to talk about?
What did she say? What did she say?
No, what this textures, man? Oh man,
Okay, no, because I want to hear what Shannon Loftis said.
You gotta see. She had no. She.
Okay, all right. We can start. Listen. We can start the show with Shannon Loftis. Fine. We end it with the textures. Not a problem. I give you that. All right. Not a problem. Listen. I'm gonna say this right here. And I'm gonna take a little sip of this Easy Jesus right here. Shannon Loftis, if you don't know, actually we did what's your Xbox Beast Fire. We had Beast Fire. Yesterday, day before, whatever the day was, we had Xbox Beast Fire, and the interview. She did an interview at Gamescom, and GameSpot they set on it, I guess, until now. You know what I mean? And listen, you know how I feel. Listen, you know how I feel about her. I'm not the biggest fan of her at all. You know, Zoo Tycoon, Lucky Tales, and stuff, and crap. Told me something that I didn't know. She was the boss, one of those guys over there on the Connect. So now I see why we getting the Zoo Tycoons and all this stuff. And listen, I'm gonna say this right here. Here's a shameless plug, right? I always have this saying when you be surprised who watches your channel or watches your show or whatever the case may be, right? And I always tell you guys that I know some people that know some people. Like me when I first started doing YouTube, when I first started doing YouTube. I may have 33 subscribers, and not saying it's a big deal because I don't really care about stuff like that. But I was talking to chief editors from a certain magazine or whatever the case may be, right? In Skype calls, and at the end of the day, right? So if you listen to one of the questions that they asked Shannon Loftis on the interview, something I said here, I've been saying it when it's crazy as hell. When the Xbox guys like to go back and forth with me, and I tell them you gotta get the biggest knife in the drawer, you gotta cut the bullshit out. I said the OG Xbox gave us Halo, right? Am I right or wrong? Right?
Yeah.
The 360 gave us what?
Gears.
Gears, right? The Xbox One has given us what? It's 2013. It came out in 2013. What has the Xbox? What is the
here's the thing. Let me keep it real.
No, wait.
Hold on.
You gotta hear her answer.
Wait, hold on. I'm gonna let you go. You can have it right after this. So, in 2013, the generation started 4 years, right? And to be fair, Nintendo, I give them what they had Splatoon. That's something new and big for them. Okay, I'll give Sony Horizon Zero Dawn. I know Xbox guys say, "What's another copy and paste cookie cutter third person?" Fine, but it's big for them and their fan base. That's one thing you say. You got to be realistic here. You know what I mean? You might not.
But that's what I was gonna say. I think you're being a little bit unfair to the Xbox.
No, I'm not. I
would say that, bro.
Listen, MVP. Just listen.
Listen. This conversation is going to come full circle. You're going to hear it in a minute, okay? I give Sony and I give Microsoft. I give Sony and Nintendo credit, right? They cater to their fan base and what they may like, right? Nintendo, Splatoon, or whatever else, cool for them. Sony had Horizon Zero Dawn. That's about the biggest game that came open or Bloodborne, whatever. That's cool and it's big for them, right? Microsoft, on the Xbox, I'm not saying they didn't have exclusives. I'm talking about something on the caliber of Halo, something on the caliber of Gears. And Shannon Loftis' response was Recore. And she said Quantum, and I love Quantum Break. I think Quantum Break is dope. It's a dope game. You know what I mean?
Buy that bitch.
Maybe in time it can become as big as those games, but it's not. She said Recore.
She drinking that loopy juice.
Yeah, she needs to lose her job, fam.
I know the answer. What is Super Lucky Tails?
Huh?
What is Super Lucky Tails? Is that the answer?
But it's a platform.
Nah, she's out of touch, fam.
No. See, look. Listen, now I'm gonna go down the road. Whoever can go next, and that's why I've been saying for a while that this new regime and this new Microsoft, they have lost their identity and they forgot what their core. Now, listen, was I a little over the top embellishing with I was screaming Zoo Tycoon and all this stuff like that? They forgot about what their core. Your core. It's not about Windows 10 Play Anywhere, because your core don't care about any of that. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Before you start worrying about the PC and all that stuff there, and first lock down the console side of things, okay? That's what you're trying. I understand it's a bit. You're trying, and they're trying to spread their. How you say they're trying to be the master of many things, but they haven't mastered one thing yet. Especially not in this generation. I don't understand how you go from being the behemoth in the 360 to not knowing really what you're doing with the Xbox One. You know what I mean? So again, and her response was Recore, right? So you guys remember when I flipped out? You know, I had the emotional breakdown and I had to find Jesus and all that stuff again. Emmanuel the Baptist. And I was screaming about Zoo Tycoon and Lucky Tail. Next gen, you're just like a pony. You're complaining. Next gen. I'm gonna unsubscribe. You guys were crying. You were saying you're gonna unsubscribe to me. Some even call me a black bastard. Some of you guys have been known forever. Call me everything but a child of God, right? And I said, listen, I'm keeping it real. If I can be critical of Microsoft, and you know what's coming from a valid point. You know what I mean? And I listen. I will admit the error in my ways, because before I thought that Sony fans would just take whatever Sony gives them, and Nintendo fans too. And I just realized a fanboy is a fanboy. You know what I mean? But I always say I'm a consumer first, right? But this, what I'm saying now, is something I've been talking about for the last 2.5 years. In Puerto Rock, you know this. I mean, you just talked Saturday. I believe it was Saturday, right? You called me collect, right? Call me collect Saturday, right? So this is not nothing new. You know what I mean? This is honestly, this is not nothing new. So when I listened to the interview, I'm sorry, the interview, or whatever, and he said, and something I've been saying. Let's see if you're surprised to watch the shows. I know some people. What was Microsoft's big game this generation thus far? You know, in 4 years in, right? 4 years in, and her answer was Recore.
You're lying, right?
No,
that was an
answer. Dog, it's in the Game Informer website.
Hey, nah, she spoke about Quantum Break
and Recore.
She spoke about Quantum Break and
My
Recore.
nigga, you are the number one.
She said, all day. No lie. She said Quantum Break was a phenomenon.
Yeah.
She's smoking the crystals. I'm telling you, man.
He's an idiot.
Hey, check this out. What did she say?
Quantum Break is a phenomenon.
Quantum Break is good.
And I got it. I can't wait to play it.
Hold on.
No, Phenom?
She said Quantum Break was a phenomenon.
And that it was a good game, though, but it's not a level here in Halo.
It really was. Hold on. Watch this. Bet.
What?
Yo.
Nigga, drop out. Let me just say one thing.
Can I say this? Let me say this.
Hit the like button. This is gonna be a great show.
All right, what up? Nah, hey, she is high.
Let me just say this quickly. Now, I do reckon you lot are kind of giving the Xbox a little bit of a raw deal, because it does have some good games, even though Killer Instinct.
I didn't say it was
like that. Games like
yo, every week we don't know what MVP we getting, bro.
Yeah. Right.
Russian roulette with this motherfucker.
Facts. That's fact.
Let me turn you up, because I can barely hear you, bro. It's like you didn't whisper. Let me turn your mic up, bro.
You're afraid to defend the Xbox.
Listen. Let me turn. I can't even find his mic. What else is his mic?
You know why? You don't want too many people to hear.
MVP, before you make that blanket statement, no one said they didn't have games.
No. But that's what I'm gonna say. Let me finish. Because Microsoft are more corporate minded and shit. Because games like Sunset Overdrive and Killer Instinct didn't do huge numbers, they don't regard their cult status and stuff like that. Like, look at the Dreamcast. It had a lot of dope games that didn't sell, but people still remember it as a console with a lot of good games and stuff like that. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's where the Xbox One is now, in my opinion, and stuff. Got a lot of cult games and stuff like that. In the next 5 years, people are going to look back and say, you know what, the machine wasn't that bad. But I think what she said about Rico was dumb. It was dumb as fuck. But she has to say that shit. She's employed by Microsoft.
She's high. Yes, you have to understand. She's high. She's high.
So I'm not gonna lie, it looks bad for the future of Xbox, because if you've got people like that who can't look at the catalog and actually pick out a good game, not just a game that the public would agree with, but something that's actually good. If you've got people that's working for Xbox like that, fam, that it's not going nowhere, man. Let's just keep it real.
I think what got me is when she said that she was confused about the idea going around that Microsoft has no exclusive. What's there to be confused about?
She's high. She's high.
What is there?
She's in an interview getting hot flashes and shit like that, looking at the Muslim boy and the microphone.
Look, let's keep it real. Let's keep it real, yo. I get that Shannon Loftis is not the favorite exec that we got up here with her Zoot Tycoon and her Connect mind state. But let's keep it real here. It's not like that PlayStation had a groundbreaking game that was new this year, but on both systems, both games that sold well. I'm about to kill you right there. I'm about to kill you right there. Hold on. Let me finish.
Talk to him, Moss. Talk to him.
Horizon Zero Dawn. Look. Y'all need to get down with this math. I'm about to break it down for you right now. Horizon Zero Dawn sold 3.5 million copies. We know the budget's been laid out right there. It's not going to break even till it sell like 7 million. But it's the highest selling game. It's the highest selling new IP that's out there right now.
Hey,
so
next gen, do you have the connection to his mic?
Like where are you finding these homeless ass niggas?
We just had an article.
This goddamn non-profit work from
Salvation Army Xbox.
We just had an article that was out there that broke down the figure to you down with Dead Space 2 how much these games cost. Horizon Zero Dawn.
Why are we talking about numbers?
All the numbers is no. The reason why I'm talking about numbers is I'm saying let's not make it seem like that PlayStation had that breakthrough game too. It was a breakthrough.
What do you mean? What do you mean? It was a breakthrough game. The game was a success. It was.
What I'm saying is I'm bringing it down past all the hyperbole.
I gotta listen to this.
What I'm saying is that
real disrespectful.
What PlayStation did do is that they gave the game. They gave a game that had some fan service that had potential. That's what they did do with Horizon Zero Dawn.
Oh man.
The problem with Xbox is Xbox has not came out with a game that gave that same fan service to the Xbox platform. That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying let's not go crazy here and make it seem like the Horizon Zero Dawn sold.
This nigga is straight up speaking Hadaka on a microphone, man. What was the budget for?
I never heard the language called. I never heard of a language called Kaka.
You got to do your math. The budget was out there. The budget started off at
how much was the budget? The budget
started off at 47 million for them producing the game, and then when they had to push the game back and went up further.
The cool thing about this is I still got to play it.
You know
what I mean?
No, I'm not. No, that's what I'm saying. They did give the fans their fan service, but I'm just saying let's not make it seem like Horizon Zero Dawn sold 30 million.
No, we're not talking about sales at all. They just gave us a dope game.
Hey, do me a favor, ladies and gentlemen, but this is gonna be. I thought it was gonna be a short night tonight.
It's gonna be a long night.
Can you please hit the like button? Are you not? And listen, also too. Listen, the super chat is your friend. Don't be needy.
If you want to express yourself, in super chat.
Remember, we need 40 ounces for the whole panel. So
listen, are you?
Some of these dudes had way too much 40 ounces already.
So you know, the truth of the matter is that this whole generation. I love the Xbox platform. I really do. I love to play anywhere, unlike some other people on the panel.
Yeah, we also know you like that Royce and shit.
I know.
But
you have to understand.
Check this out. But in all honesty,
your inner self talking here.
This guy got you down packed.
That was scary.
In all honesty, though, they've been lacking
the freaking like button.
This generation, they've been lacking new ideas. Like we have Horizon Zero Dawn, we have a new God of War coming on the PS4. I
haven't played it yet.
Days Gone.
Yeah,
like,
keep going.
Whether we think they're going to be good games or not, they're new games. They're different games. They're different experiences, and they're exclusive to their platform. And we don't have that over here. We really don't. We don't have that on this side.
And you did it right, self. You did it right.
Should I tell you how I knew that D was about to spit some real shit? His voice got like he was talking like he was talking some niggas down off a ledge there and shit like that. I love that. D was trying to stop niggas from committing suicide right there. I know you believe in me, but hey, I'm about to drop some facts.
Hey, listen.
Believe in the dread, man.
Hey, boy, man. Boy.
I think your voice is cool.
Let me just speak perfect English, okay?
MVP go ahead.
Talk that shit, D.
Niggas clowning on the way.
Nickel boy.
What you gonna say, Ding? You gonna say something else? You done?
No, what I'm saying is that now they have new hardware coming out, So they got that out the way. I think the exclusives, I think the new ideas will come. I think we're gonna start seeing them at E3. But I have to agree with you. It is a problem. We're having an identity crisis. We really are.
Let me tell you this
and the bigger problem, the bigger problem is you're forgetting about the Xbox One S though.
Was the hardware as important as the exclusives? The hardware was never as important as the exclusives.
Well, the hardware, if you have capable hardware, that's gonna get gamers' attention. And if you have more capable hardware and you can display more better looking games, period, gamers are gonna flock. People are gonna be surprised when you hold on a second. When you see all of these comparisons, like the one that we saw today with Shadow of War, it's gonna be game after game after game after game, and PlayStation gamers are gonna say, you know what, I want to play these games on the best system because you know what, I got the PlayStation 4 because it was the best damn system, but you know what, the Xbox One has it, and you're gonna see a lot of people fucking migrate over.
You know what? But to go back to next gen's point, to go
one
back
at a
to
time, one at a time.
To go back to next gen's point in the beginning, he said something interesting. He said that with the first Xbox came Halo, and with the second came Gears, and there's nothing for this generation. One thing that was funny. Hold on. One thing that was funny is that both of those games, were actually pinched from other systems. They were both meant to be for other systems. Halo was meant to be for the Mac. Microsoft don't make that themselves. And Gears was actually meant to be for the PC or some crap like that.
That doesn't matter.
Hold on. Yes, it does matter. Hold on. Let me finish my point. Let me tell you why it does matter. Shut up.
It does matter.
Now, this is why it matters. Yeah. This is why it matters. This is why it matters. This is why. Let me finish. Shush. Let me finish. This is why it matters. This is why it matters. Yeah.
Oh shit.
You just got
since the beginning.
It's just me. I ain't a kid.
Since the beginning. Hold on. Let me finish.
Man, Zeke, get your boy, man.
Let me finish. Come on, man. Let me finish.
Let him rock.
Well, I just want to say, since the beginning, Microsoft haven't had the infrastructure in place to actually make their own hits, and only now it's starting to affect them. So I think it's a little bit too late, man. Hardware was never the issue.
Not only that,
and Fable.
But what does that have to do?
What does that have to do with it? If their competition make their own shit. Nintendo make their own shit.
If you think this fall that PlayStation gamers are going to be satisfied having games look substantially worse than the Xbox,
but how you say worse when they look okay now?
Let me tell you something.
That doesn't make no sense.
Did you see the Shadow of War comparison today?
Fuck the comparison.
Did you see the Shadow of War comparison today? You see those textures? They look like mud.
Who cares about textures?
One at a time.
The games look like.
Mute the mic. One at a time, please. One at a time. The chat will not be able to understand you all if everybody else is talking over.
I got a quick point. Microsoft is treating this new hardware like an exclusive.
Okay, here's the thing, right?
That's how I feel.
Listen, right, because I'm over here half dead. Trust me, right now. Listen, right. And to be fair, right, I'm going to be brutally honest with you, MVP, right? You didn't tell the whole story. It's not that, and Microsoft, trust me, is no different than Sony when they got into the business. Sony is a hardware company. Sony didn't have their own studio. What made the PlayStation so great back then, you know what I mean? Sony's never really been carried their own console like Nintendo does, but only when this
Gran Turismo came out on the first PlayStation. What are you talking about, bro?
Gran Turismo was there
from the first PlayStation. What are you talking about,
bro? Let him talk. Shush, MVP. Shush. Let him talk.
What are you talking about, bro?
Because a lot of the software Sony got from Nintendo.
I have to speak back, man. Gran Turismo that was there from day one.
Final Fantasy wasn't on Nintendo.
Hold on, I got this. I got a post. Listen. Say that schools in section again, right? All right, so if you go back to the PlayStation 1, right? I didn't say PlayStation didn't have any exclusive. That's not what I said. Listen to what I'm saying.
Yeah, okay? But they made their own shit.
Let him finish.
Okay, now, again, here we go. We're going to start this again. Okay, what it was with the PlayStation 1 and the PlayStation 2, right? Especially with the PlayStation 1, Sega hardware with the Saturn was very difficult to develop for, very expensive, and they dropping so much hardware, pissed developers off. And they went to Sony, and we all know about Nintendo and how they was horrible to third party, right? But what the PlayStation had was back in the PlayStation 1 and the PlayStation 2 era, the multiplats that we have today were exclusives back then. All right.
Yeah, they did have a lot of third party, but they also made my own shit, which was their own shit, which was
okay. Now, these studios, right? Well, whatever the case, Sony bought some, which is cool. It's no different from Microsoft buying Bungie. No different from Microsoft buying, what do you call it? Lionhead. No different from,
no, it's actually very different because they didn't buy studios and force them to make their own thing.
Can you let them?
You're making the wrong points.
You don't even know what his point is because you won't let him finish. Let him finish, MVP.
You don't know what his point is, bruh.
But to answer your question,
you wouldn't be bringing that shit up if you knew what he was talking about. That's what I'm saying.
You didn't make a point.
I did. Nigga, shut the fuck up. Do you understand what I said,
man?
There's what.
Shut your mouth and listen, man.
I had to meet my man Mike, right? So
talking too much.
This generation, it's not really the true story when you say that it wasn't about the hardware, because at the start of the generation, the Xbox had games and Sony didn't. Everything was about 1080p. So we can't act like that never happened. You know what I mean? So at the start of the generation, the first 3 years, Sony had the better versions on the multiplats, and they were hanging their hat on that. Sony had Nat, Sony had Killzone, then they had, Bloodborne was their biggest game until, and The Last of Us Remastered. We got to be honest with this, okay? So things change every generation, and Microsoft got caught with their pants down. You don't never sacrifice your specs of your console to include a peripheral that may or may not catch on with the people. So we happened with the Wii U. They sacrificed the specs of the Wii U. They put out a next generation console. They couldn't run any next generation engines, right? Because believe it or not, the Switch is a 9th generation console, right? Now, what I'm saying is this, right? It was about the hardware because everything was about, 1080p to 900p. And Microsoft did give us, Killer Instinct, and they had 20-some odd games at the start of the generation. Launched exclusive Rise, did Rise 3, and all that stuff. They had the games, but Sony came up with this clever little moniker: 1080p makes you a better gamer, and their console was $100 cheaper. Okay, we see the thing that you had today on Digital Foundry, how they pointed out the textures. Now listen, I've been saying this from the beginning. Resolution doesn't give you better graphics, gives you a sharper image, but it's the textures that give you the better graphics, right? Now, look, the textures here is muddy, this, that, and the other. So now the shoe is another foot. Microsoft they're not really so strong, and I'm a little nervous about that. I'm not saying it's a good thing as far as the exclusives, but they're going to have the better version of the multiplayer because there is no exclusive in this day and age that's going to outsell any AAA multiplayer. I don't care how you split it. As great as Mario may get, 10 scores across the board, it's not going to outsell Call of Duty. It's not going to outsell Destiny on either place. It's not going to outsell NBA 2K. It's not going to outsell Madden. Mario is not going to sell 10 million copies. It's not.
All right,
I respect.
I don't even know what point you're trying to make.
Hold on. No, I got it. Let me say something.
I got you right. I'm right behind you.
Here's the problem. Let me say this point. All right, this whole war between Pro and One X, that's going to be for the minority of gamers. Right. The majority of gamers ain't participating in that.
What?
Listen, Phil, once again.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Listen, Phil, once again. Listen, hold up. Listen. Phil, once again, a couple of days ago at the Brazil, game show, whatever, he said again, and this is after all the pre-orders. He knows how the pre-orders going. He said again, after all the pre-orders, he knows how many people are getting the Xbox so far, and he doubled down again and said the One X. Listen, and he said, "Hey, listen, hold on." He said that Porter.
Let him get this garbage out.
Before the truth comes out,
hold on. Listen, he already said that this console's not for everyone, and that the Xbox One S will be the primary seller.
Xbox Play Anywhere, it was going to really take.
Why he said that, right?
Yeah.
Because it's the truth. Because it's $200.
Exactly.
A $500 console is not going to outsell $200 consoles to play Call of Duty.
That's
regardless of how good your textures
That's called expectations. Okay. His expectations.
He ain't stupid.
Come on,
he is not stupid, bro. Listen, I know he's that $500. That $500 One X is not going to outsell.
Okay, this is
Call of Duty textures.
I got or even after that.
It's going to outsell.
Let me answer this here. First of all, the reason why he's saying that, because it's just common sense.
Yeah.
That Black Friday, you're going to be having consoles that are probably going for $180. or maybe 175 with a game or whatever. Of course, it's going to outsell the $500 version, but that doesn't mean that the $500 version of the Xbox One X is going to sell poorly.
Exactly.
It doesn't mean that. I can tell you this, Porter Rock. It's gonna sell 2 to 3, 4 times better than that fucking PS4 Pro. That PS4 Pro is
Sony never pushed. Listen, D. I'm not saying D. Hold on. I'm not saying it's gonna sell poorly. What I'm saying is the majority of gamers, even from November on forward, will be purchasing more standard consoles than the Xbox One X or the Pro. Meaning this 4K. Listen, I know it's no brainer. The point what I'm trying to say is these 4K textures do not apply to the majority. The majority are not going to enjoy that.
That's not true. That's not true.
That's not true. It's true. If the majority don't own these consoles,
you have people out there.
How does it apply to them?
Hold on a second. You have people out there just want a little fucking shitty cell phone. It can do what it needs to do for them, and a lot of them grab those fucking cell phones. That doesn't mean that the fucking S8 or the fucking iPhone 8 or iPhone 10 doesn't fucking sell well. Just because it's not selling as a cheaper model. That's just a flawed analogy.
Let me put my 2 cents in. Let me put my 2 cents in. In regards to what Porter Rock saying, I'm not negating anything you're saying. What Phil said was setting proper expectation in regards to the price difference between the Xbox One S and the Xbox One X. That is common sense. But we don't know what that majority will be in regards to the X. We know the S is going to outsell it because it's much cheaper, but that don't mean that the X might not exceed expectation in regards to sale. In regards to sale,
but what you just said is common sense as well.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying I'm not negating anything he said, but I'm just saying the X might exceed expectations. The same group of people that you said is not going to go buy X because it's not within their value range might just go out and buy one.
The only people buying the X is them retards that are in the chat room right now. Right,
and you a retard because you buying one too.
Yeah, to smash that shit.
You a retard because you buying one too.
Post, shut the fuck up. Listen, watch your mouth. Like I was saying,
watch your mouth,
Mr. Poster. At the end of the day, the cheaper model is always gonna outsell the more expensive model. That happened this generation is gonna happen again. Straight out the gate, wasn't the Xbox One original $500? Yes. It was the PS4.
Hey, don't get on that topic because Zaire might shut the podcast down.
No, I gotta go for the jugular. I gotta go for the jugular to shut these motherfuckers up real quick. No, anyway, facts. So, why your man D was sitting here talking about the Roizen chip? Nobody cares about the Roizen chip. All right. So at the end of the day, y'all over here talking about textures and that bullshit. I went and gone to Best Buy to see that bullshit. That shit didn't look no better than the PS4 Pro. I'm right now.
Come on. Hey, who's next?
Are you done with your charity work? Are you done with your PS4 Pro charity work?
And you called the people when
you talking about reaching for the jugular? You barely hitting the kneecaps with that bullshit.
No, listen, but y'all argument is, it's the TV they're using. So now wait, I gotta pull out $2,000 for a TV to utilize the Xbox One X.
No. Here we go.
This is like confessions of a drug suit.
Well, like I said,
confessions of the jobless.
That $500 price mark is gonna kill y'all.
I don't like people like that. They like to pick and choose their narrative.
You gotta like me.
They like to pick and choose their narrative. Everybody want to say the Xbox One X. Well, I gotta go spend $500 on TV. Then I gotta go spend $1,200, $500 on the console, and spend $1,200 on the TV.
A 4K box if you can't utilize it with a regular TV.
It's not just the 4K box, bro. It supports 1080p TVs too, bro.
God. So I'm gonna
bro.
And if you don't want to take it from Post Up, then listen to Digital Foundry. Digital Foundry said themselves.
Fuck Digital Foundry. Y'all
sucking in me so hard. On the Xbox One X was perfect. Yo, fuck Digital Foundry. Those was the gods the last 2 years.
Now they the gods, but I can recall y'all niggas used to shit on Digital Foundry.
But they was gods for y'all. Now it's fuck Digital Foundry.
Put out names. Don't just say y'all.
Digital Foundry before
all of y'all motherfuckers.
Hold on. If you gonna say y'all, put them names out there. And
you
I need the
motherfucker.
I need the receipt. I need the receipt, buddy.
Exactly.
I need the receipt.
Don't worry, I got a video coming soon.
You need a receipt? Just go watch every BGST episode every Sunday.
Xbox One X.
Just watch BGST for the last 3 years.
Hey, y'all clowning today, bro.
15,000 hours worth.
Right. Get the fuck out of here.
Yo, y'all clowning today, bro.
It's all right though. While y'all say get worried about Texas, we gonna be.
No. Here's the thing, right?
Hold on. I want to make one quick point. Yo, listen. I've been gaming since like the Atari, and never in my life have I seen two factions switch in the same generation. Yo, it is mind-boggling how one group is now hyping graphics and the other group is hyping games, and they flip around. Yo, it's crazy.
Yeah,
but at the end of the day, that's all that matters is the games. The games matter at the end of the day.
The exclusives don't matter to that point. It's all look.
That's what you want about.
The casual gamers want the latest and greatest.
One at a time.
The casual gamers go for the latest and greatest. That's why the 360 fans left when they saw that the PlayStation 4 was going to serve their needs at the beginning of this generation.
I'm glad you said that.
For generation. So
I'm glad you said that. The casual, like you said, no, but like he just said, he put his own foot in his mouth. The casual gamer don't give a fuck about a $500 console.
Why wouldn't they? If it's the latest and greatest, why wouldn't they? Explain that to us, please.
Well, they were both the latest and greatest. Xbox One and PlayStation. They both came out the same month. They were both brand new.
This is the first time on console we're actually going to get a PC experience with PC testers. Apart from when the PC,
give me some games, give me some games outside of PS4.
Listen. This generation, as much as we want to say this generation is about, as much as we want to say this generation is about exclusive, it's not. The last 12 months.
Remember, there was a time when PC when consoles were superior to PC.
The last 12 months, the last 12 months, we have had some exclusives from the PlayStation lineup. Yep. It's only been the last 12 months. Before that, they haven't had jack shit. It was all about the multiplats. Yes. Let me finish talking. It was all about the multiplats. It was all about the resolution. It was Digital Foundry coming out there every week telling us how much better the game looked and ran on PlayStation 4.
I'll put it like this.
Here's the problem I have with that statement. No. Here's the problem I have with that. Y'all hype Dead Rising, which is fine. Y'all hype Rise. But apparently games like Infamous, MOB, Uncharted,
that's what I'm saying. Don't count. They don't exist.
That's not what I said.
Right. That's what D just said.
Yoshida himself came out with an article a couple years ago had to address that the exclusivity was lackluster. So what is y'all talking about, man? Did anybody do any research here?
Yes, because Sony's used to pumping out more than what they did. But it doesn't mean we don't have anything.
Oh my. This statement here. I want to make this statement here. You know what I don't like about ponies? Straight up.
You know what I hate about Xbox? You niggas is delusional. Shut the fuck up.
Hold on. Never admit when you're wrong. You see, I'm taking ownership. I'm saying, you know what? Microsoft has no identity this generation. They need exclusives. They don't. I'm owning up to it. You motherfuckers don't own up to shit, man.
Stop. Hold on. Look what you just said.
One at a time.
Tell me.
Come in some real talk.
Hold on. I gotta say something. MVP, stop dick ride.
No, he got you because he's pulling out them facts from the English channel that was wrong last week.
Reporter Rock not on the podcast. You be quiet as a church mouse. Stop dick ride.
Who are you?
Look what you said.
All right. Listen. I'm gonna address the whole panel. First, we're gonna go with MVP and his random ass conversation about.
Let man go, MVP.
Be quiet until
you get subs,
nigga.
Shut your ass up. I don't give a nigga subs. Are you serious?
He's still raw from the debate.
My dick
he ain't turned off since the debate.
Shut your ass up. Now, this how this works. Xbox does some shit. PS4 does some shit. Everybody whines on either side. But here's just like D was saying. All these motherfuckers do is every time PS4 does it, niggas be like, oh shit, it don't mean nothing because Xbox did it. Every time Xbox does it, it don't mean shit because PS4 did it. The only difference is that everybody on here, y'all came in here, was talking about, oh, Shannon Loftis thinks this, Shannon Loftis thinks that. Every single Xbox in here, every single one said, yup, she done lost her damn mind. Now, y'all motherfuckers talking about, oh, these exclusives don't matter. Nobody cared about the power before now. No, nigga, that's been the whole thing. Hold up. Let me hold up. When everybody got in here, y'all was like, oh, y'all been playing at 900p this whole generation. Get the fuck out of here. Okay, hold up. No, I'm getting mad.
Correct this young man. Hold up. Let me correct this young man. All right. Since you specifically said the people in this panel.
Again, that's what I'm talking about.
Talking about me. Here's a couple of facts. Here's a couple of facts about me.
Why you doing this? The PlayStation guys want to talk. Let them talk.
Let's talk about it. All right, let's talk about it. Since you're talking about people in this panel, number one, I never criticized Xbox for being 720p. I made no videos. Yeah, never did any of that because most of my favorite consoles.
Because your TV's 720p, right?
Hold up. Because most of my favorite consoles were always the weaker ones. So it made no sense for me to bash Xbox. That's never one thing I bash Xbox. That's number one. Number two, yes, PlayStation had some issues with. They didn't push out a lot of content. I didn't buy my PS4 to 2015 because, like I said, 3 years ago, I asked for the games, and that's how I feel now. I did not switch. At no point in this generation am I switching sides. I'm keeping it 100 from day one. Because everything's based on what I prefer from the moment I picked up a ColecoVision controller. And the shit hasn't changed in the last 20 plus years of gaming. I don't know why you motherfuckers are doing
these niggas don't know about that.
All these doing non-profit work for Microsoft.
Right.
That's
they trying to sell those consoles. That's what it is.
MVP got a pair of pom-poms on his mic.
Right.
All that chili you doing over there, man.
Man. It's at the end of the day, it's all about the experiences you're getting off the box. Period.
Okay, fine. Listen. Okay, let's hear that, right? And listen, I'm not. No one said that you, Porter Rock. And listen, you don't even own a Pro. So you know what I mean. You're a different type of gamer. You know what I mean.
I'm a real pony.
You got an Xbox One. You got one for $16 off Craigslist.
I got a $16.
Let me tell you something.
This is what I'm cheap, right? Check it out. You got an Xbox for $22, right? $60, right? And then he hit me. Yo, you know I get Xbox Live for cheap? Like, nigga, you just paid $16.
Yo, and I got it for $40.
I ain't Xbox Live next month. It's gonna be $30 next month.
No, I got it for $42.
You put the CH in cheap. But now again, I didn't say you, but we're talking about what's been going on this generation. Maybe not you per se. Everything's been about frames per second and resolution. That has set the narrative. It has, what even better graphics?
Man, that started back in the 360 era.
Well, I'll listen.
It transitioned from that era over to this.
Okay, but here's the thing again, though. But it wasn't. But
here's the kid. Look at him caught by his own argument.
No, I'm not. Listen, I'm saying that right there. Look, even last generation, right? Listen, no, last generation, right? We will go back and forth about who had the better exclusives, right? Whether you like God of War, whether you like Gears of War. Sony didn't really listen. Sony didn't really have no. Listen, Sony didn't have any big exclusive. Sony's first big exclusive was Bloodborne. But before that, I mean, and Last of Us Remastered. That was your guys' claim to fame until Uncharted.
And Sunset Overdrive. No, sorry. What's that game? Infamous. Sorry.
No, that was a game.
That game shit.
Yeah. So again, you guys were riding off a remaster. Remember this? Because you guys remixed that whole PS3 goddamn catalog. I actually been teasing y'all motherfuckers about while we had new games, okay? But you guys say, we got the better version of even your own boss, Andrew House, said y'all shit was sparse. Now,
but the games you had was bullshit though.
To you and all that
what the fuck you talking about?
You.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Nobody bought this shit. Listen. I was saying nobody bought this shit.
Let's flip the script. Let's flip the script.
What's his last thing? You can flip the script if you want. All I'm saying,
Loco cycle.
Right, fair, and partial. This generation has been about frames per second and resolution. Okay, listen. You even had Sony come out there, not the crap gamers, not JTech TV. Said that 1080p made you a better fucking gamer.
Thank
we gotta act like none of this never happened. You know what I mean? So now Xbox guys, not only do we have the higher resolution, we have the better graphics and the better frame rates.
Yeah, but for $500,
so what?
Motherfuckers ain't gonna jump on that.
Exactly.
I'm telling you. Wait. I'm telling you. No. It's
fastest selling Xbox console ever.
But not the most selling
I'm gonna dispel this right now. I'm not trying to be rude or nothing like that, but I'm going to. There's people out there that got fucking money in this fucking world. Okay,
here we go.
And when they want entertainment and they want the best of that entertainment, that $500 is nothing.
If that was the case,
look, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna be 100. I'm gonna be 100. If you can't manage your money right to be able to afford a $500 console, there's something wrong, bro. Now it's not everybody on this.
That narrative doesn't even make sense.
Hold on.
That doesn't even make sense.
Hold on. You know why it doesn't? You know why this makes sense? You know why it makes sense? You know why it makes sense? I grew up. You know why it makes sense? I'm finna be 100 because I'm from the hood, bro. I know people who make something with nothing, bro. Who got look? They can go out. Hold on, look. I know people who make something out of nothing. This real talk. This is no bull crap or nothing. I know people who is not in those higher tax brackets and can't afford everything. But if they want something, they know how to get it. Y'all have this.
But who wants this shit?
Hold on. I'm talking about the narrative on this panel is that $500 is too much for the average person.
It is
it's
though.
Not.
Hold on how y'all was raised on this panel, but I come from a different cloth. If you want something, I come from a cloth where if you want something, you know how to
hustle like I ain't from the hood, my nigga. You talking
about anybody with a normal job, you act like $500.
This nigga turn this shit to a gangland documentary.
You got brothers. Hold on. Okay, one at a time.
I got questions for
the Here's a quick point.
This panel act like people. Now, this panel act like people don't know how to go out and get some, as if $500 is like $2,000.
Alex was going to respond.
Keep it real. Hold up. Here's listen. Really quick. Hold up. No, but here's a quick question. It's not who wants
all this struggle gaming on this podcast, man. Cut that shit out.
Listen. It was the $500 price tag that put Microsoft in this position in the first place.
Right.
Look, man, that was a $500.
You had a cheaper alternative.
You had a
$500. There was not a
$500. Listen.
It's different. It's different.
We saw that. Look at PS3 with the $600 price tag. Majority of the people
it didn't perform well. It didn't perform well with the games. That's why it sold less. It's about the performance.
It's so it's different. Actually. For a cheaper price.
Somebody said, "What's $100 extra?" Everything.
You know what I'm saying? People don't know.
I got a question. Other than Porter Rock, who bought a PS4 at launch?
I did.
You bought a PS4 when it was $400?
Yeah.
Did it hurt you?
That's different. What are you talking about? $400 better than $500.
Not pay your bills.
It's only $100.
But you're talking to someone that's in a different time.
But let me ask you.
Hold on. I know people who couldn't go to who couldn't just spend $500, but they
ask
$50 to $100 out they check every month just to get the X.
Let me ask Master. I want to ask Master a question. Master, I want to ask you a question.
Go ahead.
When PS4 launched for $400, was there a cheaper alternative to play all the next gen games than PS4?
No.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, you missing the point.
You know what you can
do? The point. That's Mr. Smart. That's Mr. Smart.
$500 is so much money, bro.
One at a time, y'all. One at a time.
too much money.
Okay, well,
you could have just stayed on the PS3. Hundreds of thousands of millions of people.
I can't play Bloodborne. I can't play.
You didn't buy yours.
I can't play Bloodborne.
I'm asking for PS3. Who bought it at $400. Okay. All of a sudden, $500 is too much money. How come $400 wasn't too much money?
This is probably one of the dumbest fucking arguments I ever heard.
I don't understand the difference. It's $100 difference.
And
that y'all don't know.
There's $500 in a market where you can play all these games for $200.
But not at the same performance. Same performance. So it doesn't matter. Yes, it does matter because it matters.
$300 of performance, then now people are gonna be like, no, people ain't gonna pay $300.
Look, and y'all
they make it look like a PS4 games look like shit though.
It's not in every situation. It's not a straight $500. You could trade in your PlayStation 4 and get $200. You can trade in your S and get $150. Come on, stop that silliness, man. That's craziness.
Listen to me. But y'all making it look like the PS4.
Exactly. There's $250,000. Come on, man.
Okay, but y'all making it look like the PS4 games look like shit though. Period. No. It don't. It don't.
It's about the latest to you. That's the highest you want to go, Alex. That's for you. But the casuals want the latest and
greatest. Today we saw a comparison of Shadow of War. We saw a comparison of Shadow of War today.
Listen, let me ask my question, and I'll let y'all rock.
All right, what's your question?
All right, my question to him, because he just sat here and said that it didn't matter. All right, so my whole thing is, if we had the better version for the last 3 to 4 years, why didn't you buy the PS4?
I have a PS4. I have a PS4 Pro.
So why haven't you been rocking all your games on there?
PS4 Pro.
Why haven't you been rocking all your games there? That's what I'm
trying to say. I bought a lot of my multiplats there. That weren't multiplayer eccentric. I bought a lot of my games for the PS4 Pro. Actually,
hold on, Alex. Do you got a Pro?
Yeah,
Pro.
You got a Pro.
Yeah, didn't see me in front of that Sony
Master Gamer
when I won that nice TV, huh? Yeah, you know, I was out there. I got my Pro.
You know what?
Listen, you guys think the casuals think like you guys.
What's up, Alex? I'm gonna answer your question, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you the truth, right? When the Pro came out, I was one of the biggest Pro supporters. You guys know I was talking about it before anybody else. I had so many fights with the guys on BGST about it, right?
Right.
And I bought the Pro because I was expecting to get better graphics. So
me and you both.
And that's why I that's why I didn't have Battlefield on the Xbox. I bought it on the Pro. I didn't have Watch Dogs 2 on the Xbox. I bought it on the Pro because I was expecting to have better graphics. But all it did was give me was a higher resolution. And again, I don't really care about resolution. I can't tell the difference between native 1080p or what else. Not me. I'm not. When it comes to that, I will put this C in casual. But what I can tell the difference is better graphics. And what I saw today on Digital Foundry, that's something again I always said. Where you guys are, some of you guys are arguing about the price of DX. As long as the games look better graphically, and you don't need a $12,000 PC to count the blades. The average casual consumer, when they walk into Best Buy, whatever the case may be, and they see that shit and say, "Oh shit, what is that?" It looks different to what they've been playing of them. That's a big difference, and that's the.
And they're gonna ask what games come on that console.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna say.
I can get my Call of Duty.
Alex, can I ask you a question?
Here we go. You want to go ahead, post up.
You getting the X, right? You getting the X, right?
To smash that shit into Smith.
No. You said you was getting. Hold on. No. Even if you said that, to just to smash it, then everything you said was null and void. Who's supposed to spend $500 on a system?
We got the GoFundMe, baby. We ain't pulling our own money. Come on, man. Like you said, we gonna hustle by any means necessary, right?
Facts. I can respect that, though.
Come on, man. You think I'm gonna put my own hard-earned money on this shit? Come on, dog.
You pulled out the GoFundMe, bro.
I had to. Come on. There's a lot of ponies that want to see that shit.
Hey, it's money out here. There's a million ways to get it, man.
I'm gonna keep it a stack.
They said Alex gonna pull an Iron Wolf, take that, put up some GoFundMe page, somebody going to E3 and take the money and spray it.
I'm out there, but let me keep it a stack. Just to answer
Alex gonna pull an Iron Wolf.
Just to answer next gen's question about when we bought the Pro, we had the conversation privately. I said I didn't really notice a big difference when it came to the Pro and the regular PS4. But one game did stand out for me. It was that Lost Legacy. You could tell that they used.
Oh, I ain't get that yet.
All right, so now play that Lost Legacy.
Trash.
Okay. That shit is better than half the shit y'all niggas came out with this year. And that's a fact.
Fuck that Thelma and Louise bullshit, man.
Oh, wow.
Yo,
That's MVP. That's not a vice.
MVP's fucking drunk, my nigga. This nigga don't know what he want to do. But anyway, if you play that game, that's the first game. And I'm going to tell you straight up, that made me change.
Better textures.
Not only that, it just looked different. It didn't look like a regular Uncharted game. It looked awesome. And I was like, damn, this is what the PS4 is doing? The PS4
resolution
Pro
got you bugging.
I was bugging. I was like, this should look good.
No, it was textures. It wasn't a resolution.
Whatever it was, whatever they did, it looked crazy. And I said, wow, if this is what Sony's going to start pushing out with the games that come out next year, I said it's going to be on. Because I ain't going to lie, that was the only thing that made me say, oh, yeah, this Pro is really pushing out something else. You understand what I'm saying?
But to be fair, though, Sony made the Pro for the VR. Now, the VR games stand on, but just not the regular, what you call it. Because if you remember the leaked documents or whatever the hell, you know, I had some that were a little bit more detailed than those, but I'm sure not had, but I saw. But they needed more RAM, and that's the problem. Not even the problem, but it is what it is. With the Pro, they can either give you a higher resolution, or they can give you better texture. Don't have a higher enough memory bandwidth. Whereas the Xbox One X has 9.5 gigs or 9 gigs. Well, I think it's 9.5 GDDR5 RAM, and it's clocked much higher. It was, I think, 326 gigabytes per second. And that's, you know, and this is just the beginning. You know, this is just the start. This is going to be a big difference. You know, I'm not even, we did not listen. We're not even talking about the 2 flops. That's just on the RAM side of things. Or you got the visuals. You know what I mean? But that's what I'm saying. That's why, you know, I don't think, again, why even the casuals or whatever the case, because, you know, if they can get a better version looking of Call of Duty, they will. If they can get a better version looking of the Destiny, they're going to buy Destiny, Madden. As long as those games, Star Wars, look better graphically on the X, they're not going to have a problem paying $500 for it.
So why didn't the original Xbox outsell the PlayStation 2? They had better looking versions with all the multiplayer.
Because they weren't proven. They weren't proven. That's why.
They also had. You can see them with your eyes. All the moves, but they weren't proven. They're blatantly better than the PlayStation version.
But if you look at it, the Xbox only had one successful system. That was the 360, and you can't even call it successful because the Wii beat it out. You know what I'm saying? Like.
Yeah, you want that
every game that was on the first Xbox.
You know why? With the original Xbox, the PlayStation.
Why?
Because they didn't have the original. That's why.
The PlayStation 2.
Because this, all right? PlayStation. I'm gonna say this again. A was the cheapest DVD player at the time, which sold huge for them. Had a year head start. Second and third, these big multiplats that we have today. Grand Theft Auto and all that shit were exclusive.
Xbox had a DVD player as well, though.
You had to buy a $30 attachment.
Yeah, you had to buy a $30 attachment to use it.
Yeah, forgot about that. That's disgusting.
Yeah.
Okay. I've been there since the beginning. Those games, just like I said, you know, with the Devil May Cries and all that shit. You know, the Metal Gears and all that shit. All that shit was exclusive back then, you know.
Yeah, but Microsoft had Ninja Gaiden and a whole
but PlayStation had so many games.
PlayStation had like Grand Theft Auto 3 for like 2.5 years exclusive.
Yeah.
Facts.
Then after that, when Xbox got that,
they had Madden.
Oh, yeah, they had Madden exclusive for a while.
Didn't Grand Theft come to the original Xbox as well? Am I tripping?
Yeah, like 3 years later.
Years later, when they was on to the next one.
Like by the time Grand Theft Auto 3 came out on Xbox,
they had Miami.
We already beat Vice City.
No,
we were already talking about San Andreas.
You know what?
San Andreas was the shit on Xbox, though.
This is what happened. By the time Microsoft finally got a Grand Theft Auto game, they sold it in a combo pack. They got Grand Theft Auto 3 and Vice City, and then PlayStation was already on San Andreas.
Hey, big up to Daniel J in the chat. Daniel J dropped $2 in the chat.
Appreciate it. Shout out to you.
I guess games do matter, right?
Daniel J.
Fanboy should decide when I get my Xbox One X this holiday season. I'm gonna get that PUBG. We're gonna be rocking.
Yeah, so everything you just said was null and void.
Don't mean I'm not gonna have another one to smash it for the Microsoft store. I still smash that shit to smithereens.
You gonna be in the party chats with us?
Hold on. My man's donating to fucking Next Gen's liver transplant. And he put $2, right?
And who
this is question. Daniel J. This is question. He asked, when will they cut the price of the Pro?
Probably.
I will put my money. It will be at their conference at Paris Game.
Okay, I'm gonna say this, right? I'm gonna go on a ledge, right?
They cutting that shit at the experience. Watch.
Listen, look, I'm gonna go on a ledge, right? I'm gonna go on a ledge, right? Because I remember they argued me down before about Sony cutting the price. Let me keep it funky with you. It is a business at the end of the day, right? They don't have an incentive really to cut the pro. You know what I mean? Because
they do.
No, I'm just saying because the reason why I say that because it's still selling. You know, it's not selling as well as the what's called, and it's not even if they cut it $50. Is that the average casual guy or gamer or gal don't see a difference graphically because Sony themselves said we're going to give you HDR on the Slim. And remember, look, yeah, let's go, Sony. We don't even, they looking out for the gamer and this, that, and the other. They didn't even have to buy it for. So Sony kind of shot itself in the foot with that. You know what I mean? You know, putting HDR on the regular standard, PS4. But if they do, they may cut it $30. They may, I mean, hell, didn't Black Friday. Didn't they actually cut it at price at launch? Yeah, because it wasn't selling well. It was back up to 4. Sony need all that though, bro. Sony ain't bit of that.
Hey, y'all better be ready because when that PlayStation experience pulls up, they announce some new IPs. I'm telling you right now, more new IPs.
They could cut the price there, especially
more new IPs.
I think they're gonna do it ahead of the X.
I think so too. I think October 30th. I think that's the reason why they're having a conference.
Yeah. When's that conference? What's gonna happen?
When's the conference?
It's on October 30th.
Yeah, they have no choice.
Was that Paris,
man?
Yeah, they're gonna have to do it because dropping that Horizon DLC on the day that the X launch ain't gonna be enough.
Listen, dynamic 4K makes you a better gamer. Fuck y'all niggas.
Alex's point. I want true 4K. I don't want games. I want true fucking 4K.
No, I just want real. I just want real games and new experience. I mean, as a gamer, look. As a gamer, I feel like this whole generation was dog shit. I'll tell you the truth. I get frustrated every day. I'm like, damn.
I can agree with that. I can concur with
that. Don't listen to Alex. All he plays is fucking 2K.
Yo, shut the fuck up, man. I'll burn you alive.
I think last generation it was way better than this generation.
And it was better because you had heat on both sides. On both sides. But this generation, I haven't. Listen, this generation is pushing me away from being an actual like hardcore gamer because microtransactions, the lack of innovation. Listen, this generation has been.
That's facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
everybody's playing this safe.
I knew it was common sense in there somewhere.
Come on, you know this is a character I play on this.
I know, bro. Come on, man.
Hey, yo, fuck Dito.
Fuck D. You know what? Hey,
man, watch your fucking mouth, man.
Hey, Alex, listen, it's crazy, right? It's great. You know what you said there, right? I said that comment. Then again, something next generation they hit the curb. I mean, I'm like, what's my man named Michael J. Fox, Back to the Future, right? I said that. I remember me. I think if I say white, crap is going to say wit, right? We just, just the two opposite. Or he's North Pole, I'm South Pole, right? But check it out, right? And I said this generation, right, has been very lackluster in terms of. Someone argued me down on here about it, of the new games that we got this generation, because this is the only generation. Let's be clear this, that when the new consoles came out, that they was supporting the previous generation. What I mean by that, you look at Titanfall, that was on the 360. You look at all the big multiplex, Destiny, that was on the PS3. You know what I mean? Normally when a new generation comes out, all the big games, that's it for the previous generation. And for the first 2.5 years to 3 years, all of the multiplex, more or less, were on the same platform, the PS3 and the 360, and you know what I mean. So again, that was a big turn off to me. I didn't buy any of those games that was cross gen because I knew they were going to fully take advantage of those consoles. Even with look, the greatest Tomb Raider looks, that was on the 360. You know what I mean? Forza Horizon 2. You know what I mean? That was on the 360. I had a huge problem with that again because you got to realize this too. Between both of those guys, the PS3 and the 360, was about 160 million install base, right? You know what I mean?
Right.
So, and that's why I don't know if we're still going to be dealing with generations, right? But both Sony just gave us a mid-gen refresh last year. Sony guys are already talking about the PlayStation 5, because the Pro was dog shit. They just got that last year, right? And they told 2018 Sony's going to drop the PS5. Like you just got the Pro a year ago, right? So if Sony and Microsoft are both giving us in 2016, right? Gave us Sony gave us there. Microsoft is giving us there now. Isn't that meant to extend the generation?
Yeah.
If we're still going to be dealing with generations?
No.
Actually, a normal console generation is only 5 years that we get something new. What happened last was unnatural and unhealthy for game. 8, 9 years. You know what I mean? But isn't that meant to extend the generation? So if we got, you know, I don't know, 21, 22, we might see something new from Microsoft.
Here's the thing. I think with this mid-gen refreshes is to, I guess, you know, to extend the generation, because I don't think no, but not just to sell more console. I don't think they have a choice, because we're not going to see 5-year, 4-year generations no more. It's too short. It's taking people too long to come out with games. It's taking too long. Like when we had those 5-year generations, we had like 3 Devil May Cries already and 4 Grand Theft Autos and shit like that. They were pumping out games within that 5-year window. They can't do that no more. Look at CD Projekt Red. They're still trying to push out, you know, Cyberpunk, and that might not come out for another 2 years.
Okay.
So if this was a 5-year cycle, their only game would be The Witcher 3.
Okay, listen. Check it out, right? Shout out again to Daniel J. Daniel J. He dropped another $5 in the super chat. I appreciate you. You are the real MVP. It says, what Capcom IP? This is for you, MVP. I'm gonna let you answer this, right? You know, you like those weird games, those Tinky Winkies. What Capcom IP would you like to see come back? For me, it would be Dino Crisis and Street Fighter vs. SNK. What would you like to see come back, MVP?
I would like to see Rival Schools and Star Gladiator and Dino Crisis.
Rival Schools? What is that?
Right, you don't know what Rival Schools is?
He's a bum.
Yo, this guy puts the goddamn casual, bro.
Hey,
God, listen, if you stop buying TVs every goddamn month,
listen.
I'm gonna wake
Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter,
in Chinese, man.
Oh shit!
What happened? What happened with Chinese?
I didn't wake up my girl so she could cuss you out. How dare you disrespect Rival Schools, man?
I remember it was on the Dreamcast. I remember, but anyway, it wasn't a big, you know, thing. But you know that I guess that could be something from Capcom. I'm gonna take you back. I would like
Lost Planet, nigga.
Who?
Shit.
Yeah, they give Lost Planet one more try.
I liked the first one. Just got kind of cheesy after a while.
Maybe we try.
I would like, you know what? Oh, Capcom. Let me think. I ain't into that Mega Man shit. What like
shit, Darkstalkers, nigga, like all types.
Yeah, Darkstalkers. That's my shit.
Man, you motherfuckers are frauds. No one want to say Onimusha.
Onimusha.
God damn.
Listen, we need.
Nobody saying motherfuckers saying fucking.
I hear you. You want something cheap? What I want for to come back? I want
said Ghouls and Goblins.
Right now,
Fighter versus Tekken. I want Street Fighter versus Tekken.
List of Capcom titles in front of his face.
I want Street Fighter versus Tekken. I like that damn fighting game.
That shit was trash.
Oh
my god.
Street Fighter Tekken.
Yo, I'm about to log out, bro.
Nah, listen, bring back games.
And I'm not surprised. Goddamn, Next Gen was hyping Kyrie Irving as video game character of the year in 2K. What the fuck, bro?
No, but it's just a lack of innovation, man.
Capcom used to run the game, bro.
Yeah, they were.
I'm not gonna lie. Going into this generation, I would have thought it would have been better. Coming off of the
how could they have
360
Resident Evil and
PS3
Street Fighter at the same time? They used to be the G's out there. So what happened to them, man?
Mega Man was the shit.
Yeah. Power Stone, all that shit.
We just we just lack innovation this generation.
Nah, everybody's playing it safe, bro.
Nah, I mean that's the reason why I'm liking games like Days Gone. Like I feel like it's bringing something new to the table. Like
hey, Alex, I'm not agree with you, bro. I do want to play it, but that shit reminded me of Alloy in a leather jacket, my nigga. Real shit.
Does look like Last of Us again.
No, I'm not
gonna
get
it.
If y'all motherfuckers didn't play Cuphead, log out right now, bro. That game is fantastic,
man. That game is fire.
My God,
it's frustratingly fun, man.
Oh man, that shit brought me into days when I used to slave over Revenge of Shinobi and Ghouls and Ghosts. Like I try to perfect the boards over and over and over.
Yeah, man.
Wow, man.
Podorak, what level do you have the most difficulty with?
It brought me back to Ninja Gad,
what level
man.
did you have the most difficulty with?
Which character? I had the sections I had the hardest times with was the one when you're in the planes.
The robot one?
No, all of them. Any board that you had to fly a plane, those are the ones that fucking annoyed me.
Let Halo Storm on the podcast.
I don't know.
How you gonna be on the same podcast? How you gonna be on the same podcast as the guy that killed you?
Better taking notes, nigga. Shit.
Something's going on with my mic.
My man studying.
Study.
Yeah, but to shoot him up. Because I was never good at. I was never good at.
I got his casket prep.
Yeah, I'm looking for.
Check it out, right? Which I'm sorry, I just came back to the mic.
Hey, wait, hold on, Alex.
I'm looking for a new Crimson Skies.
You going to get one?
Look. I bought that motherfucker. I bought that bitch on the Vita.
What's that?
My bad.
Oh shit, he's actually got that. He's actually got games. Okay, he's not a liar. Shit.
I like it. Street Fighter versus Tekken, man. I was waiting for him.
He barely can read the title.
Elevate your taste, bro.
No, this was my shit here, bro.
Like, what the hell you playing, dog?
Nigga just ran downstairs right now on Wi-Fi.
And walking in games and shit. But I had that from the old place that didn't go set ablaze. But yeah,
that Ryu statue just appeared from nowhere as well.
What statue? That shit been there.
I'm happy Sony's out. I'm happy Sony's out the handheld industry. That means they focus on their system.
Can we talk about that? Sony, yeah. Let's talk about that. We can talk when we close the show. Right. Sony's making games for Nintendo.
Yeah, Sony Music. They're making games for everybody. They're making for PC,
Xbox,
everyone on the cell phone.
So Sony Music opened up
one big happy.
They have to. This was inevitable.
But this is a new studio within the Sony Music portion.
Yeah, no, they're publishing games for like.
Yeah, but it's like little indies. It's like those $3 indies.
I know.
Yeah, it has to be another income stream. They need it.
It's cool. Thank you.
That's actually an excellent idea. You know, Microsoft done that a lot in the past.
We could get all those Nintendo weirdos to fund more PS4 exclusives. I'm good with that.
Right.
Yeah, I'm good with that. Buy them shits.
Software is king, man.
Hey, yo, so let me ask you a question, right? I always said maybe this is maybe the writing on the wall.
The water, though.
But they are because they also have the service of what do you call it? PlayStation Now or whatever, right? They got the service of that, right? So, and they are trickling down some PS4 exclusives to the service, even though the service is trash.
Shout out to Daniel J, $5 in the chat.
Again, Jesus,
he want to express himself. He got his little.
The only reason the last generation lasted 10 years was because
the more money he sent, he about to be on the panel real quick, bro.
Okay, listen, he said, I kind of disagree with it. We're going to read this comment. He said the only reason the last generation lasted 10 years was because Jesus,
damn. Nigga taking a shit.
That was rude as fuck.
Oh, sorry, I was blowing my nose. Sorry.
Yeah.
Blowing your butthole.
Hey, you.
All right, look, check it out, right?
Pause.
He said, the only reason the last generation lasted 10 years was because America experienced a recession. Isn't that true? The economy was ready for a new console? No. The reason why the last generation lasted so long, I can give you two reasons. It's because Sony lost a lot of money on Blu-ray and 3D, which they doubled down on, and they lost a lot of money on that. And two, Microsoft had the Red Ring of Death. They lost a couple $1 billion on that. So that's what extended the generation. Also, too, let's be clear. Microsoft released the Kinect, which was highly successful. Which again, that in itself extended the generation. It was the most successful.
Facts.
Selling what do you call it? Peripheral ever, whatever the case may be.
The reason why I agree with what Z said, but a number one reason is that even through that recession, the video game industry was the only industry that was really profiting out of all the industries. Even through the recession, it was booming through the recession. So I just
it wasn't because of that. It was because again, like the Red Ring of Death and Sony lost. So Microsoft and Sony was not in the rush to, what my man Donnie D say, to be in the console business takes a lot of money. But again, that extended the generation.
And you had 100,000 Puerto Rocks out there that didn't want to upgrade. So
but I will say this though, Daniel.
Believe it or not, I was one of the dumb motherfuckers that bought a PS3 for $600.
I was too.
That's when cheap Puerto Rock was born.
I mean, I was good. I won my PS3.
But you had to though. But you know why you had to? Because there wasn't releasing any more games in the PS2.
Where you at? You winning everything, man. TVs.
No, I swear to God.
Systems, man. What's going on, man?
Hey, Alex, you go to the casino.
That's word on my life.
Yo, let me tell you something.
I got articles on me. Y'all niggas is sleeping. I won the PS3. Look. I won the PS3 when it came out, right? Kanye West gave me the 360 when TRL was in 42nd Street, so I ain't even have to pay for that shit.
Wow.
That's on life. That's on life. I swear to God. If I'm lying, I'm flying.
I got on YouTube.
I got the Yeezy edition.
Yeah,
I gotta fly over, man. You gotta hook your boy up on all the spots, man.
I'm gonna try to find the articles. I'll send you them.
Oh, I got for real. That shit's on YouTube.
Yo, I gotta fly over. You gotta hook me up with all the spots, man.
Right place, right time, I guess, huh?
Listen, it's over 200 people in here. Do me, would you be so kind?
Hit the like button.
Are you enjoying the show? You guys enjoy it. It helps the show, man. I don't get any. Listen, trust me, I do this for the culture. I don't make any money from this. There's too many cuss words in these shows. I don't make a damn dime. Hit the like button. I'm doing this for the culture, for you guys, man.
Them niggas hate me. If y'all hate me, hit the like button. How about that?
Yo, hit the like button.
Start hitting the like button too.
Hey, yo, if you want my man D to dress up as the Rising Chip for Halloween,
the Rising Chip. The Rising Chip. Remember he was hyping that shit?
Hey, actually,
the new Xbox One X has the Rising Chip.
Microsoft dropped the Windows Creators Update for Windows 10, and it's actually improving game performance on everyone's system. So it's improving the Ryzen chip. It's improving it working with a GTX 1080.
I don't give a fuck.
What I'm thinking here is this is directly Microsoft making this optimization for gaming on the PC, and they actually it's enabled by using the game mode, which actually makes it function similar to like how the Xbox One X is doing. So what kind of updates are they going to implement to the Xbox One X? I'm really expecting really good performance across the board on most games here, man.
It also fixes the stutters that was in that people was having in Forza 7, and then I think Nvidia just came out with a driver update.
Nvidia, what the fuck is that?
This nigga drunk. I'm telling you, you don't know toaster from fucking oven.
Nvidia, my fault. Nvidia.
What the fuck? You just confused this nigga. Oh man.
Hold on. Nvidia, they came out with a driver that fixes the HDR that people was having on some of the graphics cards too as well.
Listen, I want Microsoft to win, because when Microsoft got their foot on Sony's throat, that's when Sony performs it at their best. And we seen that with the PS3.
Hey, have y'all seen that article? I guess Microsoft, there's an official Xbox mouse and keyboard peripheral.
They want to be PC so bad.
That thing is garbage.
It's ugly.
It's some weird looking shit, bro.
It's easy to buy it to play PUBG with it.
Let me tell you this right here, right? My man Stinking Corpse, I appreciate it. He said it's a great show. I'm glad you enjoyed. I enjoy doing the multiplayer. Like I'm gonna tell you this before. I'm gonna give you a little behind. Everybody, you might even see some heated arguments. Okay, the funniest one ever to me is when D and K Mega was about to fight. D said, "Hey, D, how tall?"
That shit was funny. That shit was funny.
D, how tall is you? I'm gonna see your ass at E3. Try to keep the black man down. I said, yo, because I remember all day they was about to come with the blows on 30 frames.
Oh man, that shit was funny as fuck, bro.
That's the only one. That's the only one argument.
Boom, clock, fuck, boy.
That I seen went left. He was arguing of what was better, 30 frames to 60 frames. But anyway, listen, right? I want to say something. What was you talking
about? They was like, did he call me Nickel Boy?
Exactly. I'm living
real quick.
I was about to say something. We got the hell of. I was about to say something. I just had a brain fart. It was
he's like rude boy.
Yeah,
what are you saying?
I think we all get along here, though. We all like.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I just want to say, yeah. I do a lot of different things here on YouTube, right? I don't get a lot of credit for a lot of stuff, but a lot of things, like I said, with me, I'm creating different shows. Even if you don't see them on my show, on this platform here, a lot of shows that you enjoy, I'm not gonna say any names, I created with my little pen and my little notepad. I jot things down, my ideas, right? Now, also, like I said, next week, shameless plug, I have about 9 interviews that I've been recorded. I just never released. They're on my Mac. You know what I mean? With big YouTubers, people within the industry. You guys like that kind of cheesy stuff. I keep telling you, I know some people that know some people. You know what I mean? I'm gonna start releasing them one a week. You know what I mean?
I can't wait to the people that know. I can't wait to meet the people he knows.
You're not gonna meet them. You're not gonna meet them. It's called Agent Deep Throat. You know what I mean? Pause.
Whoa! Family, what's good with you?
I'm just saying.
When did Time for
Agent Deep Throat. That's that was a real live detective. Agent. What happened?
Bruh.
Talk to me. Fake news.
I would never talk to somebody with that name, bro.
I mean, he throwing $1 million. That's
the truth, though. Agent Deep.
No, when he said time, I thought he was talking about Time for Princess.
Nah, bro.
Oh man, y'all
nah.
Agent D.
Agent D. But anyway, yeah.
What I want you to do after this, download it, edit that portion out, and
that's a man. And listen, I'm not saying his name. I'm just saying that's a real live spot. United States, Agent Deep Throat, man. Listen, listen, like I said, listen, I want to take you guys.
Broadband roofie. God damn.
Nah, bro.
We're gonna start too. Like I said, on broadband. Like I said, bullies
tournaments. Tell them about that.
Yeah, we're gonna start tournaments. A league for 2K, a league for Madden. For you Forza drivers, a game for that. Halo guys, you know what I mean? We're gonna have all the major games rocking like it's attorneys throughout the week. I'm gonna probably hit the 2K league, and guys are in 2K. Someone else will do Madden. All the big games.
Is there like a yellow sticker that says prize entry or what?
No, I'm just doing it for the culture. You know what I mean? So you want to play sport, like I said. Also too, we have the giveaway. We give away our first game. We have to give away other stuff before, but official for, like I said, we didn't have the Patreon and stuff. But we give it
Star Wars Battlefront 2.
That information will be down in the first comment, first comment of the show. Also, what else? I got to say before we get down? Something else I have to say is very important.
Oh, the gear! Don't forget about the gear, yo.
Oh yeah. Listen. If you didn't see my last video, right? You can see it's more than that, but you can see all the new shirts and everything. They're in my last video. Listen, that was probably the best video I ever did as far as giving the hell and actually trying. You saw some editing from next gen. You saw some no, for real. I want to say this, right? I give what you call a goat mouth. I give the littlest effort as possible. I just got an intro 2 months ago. I've never really cared too much about you. I just do it for the culture. But now I'm actually trying now, okay? But that's the video. You're gonna see all the new shirts, all of the stuff I mentioned it too, and I'm gonna leave it down here in the first comment below for the shirts, the giveaway. I don't pick the winner. You know what I mean? All you have to do is like the video, subscribe to the channel, and you're automatically entered into the what's called. You know what I mean? And also giving away shout out to Bryant, shout out to King. Those guys are VIP supporters on the Patreon. Give them free shirts and stuff. They didn't even ask for nothing because I had little tiers that you get stuff and you pay or whatever the case. I'm gonna send your shirts out Saturday to you guys. Oh, listen, last thing. If you want to join the shows and get down with the broadband bullies and stuff, like I said, I'm gonna leave you the link. You guys can. We're looking for writers. What do we need? We need writers for the site. What else we need?
Yeah, I want to say something. Yeah, I dropped the link in the chat for our website. We do have a few writers that reached out to us, so we'll be start producing our own articles in regards to games.
What's the link to Facebook group?
And reviews. Also, we just created the Broadband Bullies Facebook group, which right now is exclusive to Patreon members. So if you're a part of the Patreon, you get access to that Facebook group. We in there daily. Y'all can chop it up with us, whatever.
The Discord.
Halo Stone, you a bitch. Halo Stone, you that shit for advertisement. You fucking hoe.
Yeah, damn.
Anyway,
you gotta listen. Back to Xbox guys, you're buying 2 Xbox One X's. You're gonna smash.
Suck my nuts. Anyway, if y'all love what next gen is doing, listen. If y'all love what next gen, I'm trying to promote next gen shit. Shut up, bitch.
Also,
bro,
listen,
mad trigger because a bunch of people are gonna click.
Halo Storm, go fuck yourself, man. Anyway,
so, hold on.
So make sure
y'all. Here we go, whack ass mother jokes.
Hold on, make sure
go
y'all
join your father's cock, faggot. Anyway,
hold on.
Oh my god.
Let him promote.
Make sure y'all join the wow. Make sure y'all join the Patreon. Also,
Discord.
Check Discord. Check out the t-shirts. That they dope. They rock well with every color. So we got some new stuff that we cannot talk about, but it's gonna be awesome when y'all hear it. We can't talk about it, but when y'all
we're working next year. Listen, I'm finally tired of being a goat mouth. I'm finally giving the hell right now, and I'm really,
don't remind people of that, bro. Just leave it.
It is what it is. Listen, right now, a Halo Storm. You're missing your job. Drop the link again for the Discord. This is Halo Storm. He's leaving the link for the permanent Discord.
We taking on all Gears teams too.
If Alex is a bitch,
Bullies is taking on all Gears teams. So
this is the only dude that talks like a pervert. Anyway, listen, if y'all really like what these guys is doing, shut the fuck up. If y'all really like what these guys is doing, commit to what they pushing out.
Facts.
Don't just come to no freaking podcast and rep your side. Really invest into what he's doing, because you never know how long it's gonna last for. The more y'all invest, the more these people.
You know, I was down there dead. When I was 18 hours, surgery, I almost died. What you was fact? Almost died.
You know what I'm saying? God, I wonder, can you save me? Yeah. Support.
I say you hear you breathing, but my heart no longer sounds.
just support the wave. That's all it is.
Sign up for the Patreon. Get my man. You know he needs his osteoporosis medication. I'm noticing he's doing more hospital visits. Listen, death is not going to save you. I'll go to hell and I'll get my AAA.
What about I die before the MPD? He gonna be like, what's that movie? What's that goddamn movie? CB4, My Man in the Casket. Give me my money. Was talking about Man in the Casket.
I'll be like Kratos, and I'll go to the death of Haiti. Where, yo, Satan, move to the side. Where next gen at? There's that bitch. Where my AAA game at? Where my AAA game at?
Oh shit, shall we?
Yo, this show was real disrespectful.
That's dope, man. But it's all jokes, though, man. I get a lot. Sometimes I get a lot of crap for this show. This is not it's structured like that, you know what I mean? But we will, you know, you a lot of stuff you don't hear, and these guys sometimes we will work on that. But this show is the way that it's making anything that I do. I want it to be different from, like, BGST is totally different from BGST is a fucking fanboy fucking podcast. I'll be the first to say that. Beast Fire is on a level head. You got here with the multiplayer. It's more of a console.
We don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I mean. They're all different. Something for everybody on my channel.
So don't forget Alex versus 100 coming soon.
No, so check that out. I wanted to address that. Since that dude pulled out like a girl.
He pulled out
like a girl.
Party right now.
Your man Halo Stone want to redeem himself from the dead. I'll kill him. I'll kill him again.
Oh, don't do it, Halo, man. Don't do it.
I'll kill him.
We're gonna pump
this kid sound like he got Down syndrome, so it's easy. You heard? He sound like he got Down syndrome, so this is gonna be easy.
Hey, wait, Halo Stone, you want to debate tomorrow, Halo Stone?
PlayStation exclusive, did I?
He's for the graciously.
Do you want to debate tomorrow, Halo Stone?
So he choking. Look, get out of here.
Let me tell a true story. Look, I'm gonna close the show with a true story, right? I wasn't gonna fuck with this dude no more. When you say, listen, next gen is I'm old school. I'm loyal. Sometimes I'm too goddamn loyal. When you say 10 toes down, I get a bad rap, but I don't know why. But it is what it is, right? So yesterday in the last week's show, we had Greg Crackhead Harris on the show, right? Greg Crackhead Harris. So he was supposed to debate Mighty Moss the following week. I said, Craig, I'm gonna get you a bucket of chicken, put $25 in your PayPal, have your ass here, right? So at the end of the show yesterday, or last Thursday, Halo Stone maybe said 2 words. As soon as the show went up on air, he said, Porter Rock, can I have your autograph? But Craig Harris, you's a bitch.
Oh, yeah, listen, I got mad triggered from that.
True story.
I swear, Jesus, I was swearing. He said, Porter Rock, you're cool. I'm a fan of your show and your work. But Craig Harris, you are a bitch. He said, well, you know what, Halo Storm? You want to talk all tough? You can go to my channel and debate you right now. I said, whoa. I said, hold on. I said, wait, hold on.
This is facts.
I said, hold on. I said, tomorrow we have a debate already for Wags versus who Wags debate? MVP. And I said, we have a competitive match again that Friday. So I really felt like shit last Friday. You know, I had the captain in my neck and every damn thing. So Porter Rock like, no, he has prior obligations. So that got through. So you can't do the debate. We're gonna make it next week or whatever the case may be. Don't you know this sneaky motherfucker, Bobby the Brain Heenan, went to Craig Harris and said, you know what? Fuck the broad. I'm free. Let's do this.
What?
Now, mind you, when we had the debate going on Friday, listen. Normally this widow ass motherfuckers he's in the goddamn chat dropping the goddamn link to the Discord. I say, listen, guys, join the Discord. I ain't got the link right now. I think maybe at work or something, right? So we go back to the Broadband Bullies Twitter account.
Facts.
9 o'clock on the dot. Yo, guys, I just debated Craig Harris. I said, what the fuck you do that for? Craig Harris? Debated when? I didn't lose time, I don't think. I said, what are you doing?
Who the fuck is Craig Harris?
Craig Harris.
You would like him, trust me.
What are you doing? Like, bro, you move. Like, listen, we move as a team, bro. Yeah, I mean, but like I said, I really listen. I was really fucking done with him. I had to pray to him. I had to talk to my wife about it and said he's young and he's dumb. But I didn't listen. I'm gonna swear to God, if I had somebody run a goddamn Discord, his ass was done. He's never this goddamn him again. Never.
You need me.
Never.
Look at
you know what I mean? But it is what it is, man.
Echo Storm is like graciously disrespectful.
He's just gracious. He's gracious. He was like,
in the chat said it sounds like he was yo in the chat. Somebody said. Like he was going to ant farm and a pet tarantula. God damn. I said he got an ant farm and a pet tarantula. I'm done.
Because I can't deny anything he's saying because it's all true.
Yeah, I'm like,
this nigga got no he got no bass in his voice, man.
That boy sleep next to a turtle.
Yeah, I'm trying to tell you, man.
Neverland said he beat Craig though. That's what they said in the chat.
I probably that's that country motherfucker right there. Probably talking about his other goddamn shoes in his pants. I got it.
Craig Harris think that I said the Xbox One X was gonna be $1,000.
Yeah.
Oh,
listen. How y'all not rock out with me? I didn't give you the Porter Rocks. I didn't give you the Crackhead Harris. I keep telling you guys, listen, man. Hey, I'm not saying I'm perfect, right? I understand, but a lot of this YouTube shit, trust me, I'll be in my own world on some UFO shit. I really fuck about subscribers. Everybody you see in this show right now, I swear to God, came out of my goddamn comment section. I bullshit you not. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Yeah, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, I'm not taking credit for anyone's success because at the end of the day, it's them that had to go out there and do the work. You know what I mean? Facts. Like Porter Rock, it was a fucking Easter egg on Twitter. He never goddamn profile. He is so cheap. He didn't even have a photo for his Twitter account. You know what I mean? He was just trolling me. Hey, listen, it's crazy. I don't mind trolling, as long as you don't get weird with the crap shit and all that. That's the crap in them blocks. I like the joke. I like the pop shit. I done got sent home many days from school. Like, that don't bother me. As long as you get a little weird and talking about kids and all that, but nah, I ain't got time for that shit. But you joking and trolling, I don't mind. We can do that shit all damn day. You know what I mean? But shout out, like I said, I want to say correct. No, besides, yeah, well, I met MVP in my comment section too, though. Even though he was already doing YouTube, but I don't think you had actually. All day, you didn't even have a YouTube channel. You was on Instagram. You was stalking me on Instagram. You had a vape channel.
He was stalking.
I swear to God, I found. He said, "Look, bro, check out my Instagram channel." Like, I'm be on Instagram.
I wish your man Crap Gamer had thick skin. That bitch ass nigga always blocked me in the chat.
That was funny as hell, though.
I want to say this right. Real talk. I swear to God.
He didn't blow his nose.
Hey, listen. I thought all the day. And he was hitting on me, right? He said, "Bro, hit me on Instagram." I said, "Instagram? I bitches. What follow on Instagram?" He said, "Bro, you got a cell phone number?" I said, "Nah, I ain't got no phone, man." So my wife, I've been working on that. My wife said, "I said, you think he gay?"
Look at this nigga here, bro.
So then again, he hit me on Facebook. I ain't know who the fuck
he was. Zico ass.
Listen, about 6 all day, about 6. I seen him in the profile with like 5 Chinese motherfuckers, right? What's going on here? I said, baby, he told me to follow him on Instagram, and he like 6'6" with 5 Chinese motherfuckers in the photo. Weird. Then he asked me to give him my cell phone number. I was like, nah, but I got to talk with you all day. Was like, so actually, I met all day and deal on the same goddamn day. Y'all be kind of, I run into some weirdos and shit, man. But I put them on Beach Flyer, and the rest is history. Man. That's the true story. But it's the truth, though. It's the goddamn truth. Y'all,
look at this nigga. Look at this
all
nigga.
All day brought me the wrong. He said, follow me on
Instagram. In the chat.
This nigga
listen, I thought it was little Instagram. He got lip gloss on, blowing in the goddamn cigar. What the shit is this?
What? Oh, man.
What? Some vapors. What the hell? What kind of machine was that? A breathalyzer? What the hell was you blowing on, bro?
Nigga said a breathalyzer.
He said he was wearing lipstick. What the fuck?
I don't know. It was hookah.
Oh, man.
What was he talking about? Django feet. He was pulling a murder mook, smoking who got them Django feet. But nah, listen, we out of here.
Yo, listen, tell Crap Gamer to blow his nose. That's all I gotta say.
I'm gonna line that up, yo. I'm gonna put some money. Listen,
line him up. I knock his ass out.
I'm gonna give Crap $100 So, listen, if y'all want to see crap,
I double it up. Give him 200.
Listen, if you want to see crap debate,
they about to break
Alex,
the fucking internet, nigga.
If you want to see crap game, I'm going right now. Listen,
that delusional fat fuck.
Listen,
fuck that nigga.
Listen, Crap is a celebrity. I got to make an appointment to see him, right? He gets back to me, right?
Yeah,
I want to hit the Crap Gamer, right? Only time I hear from Crap is when he get in trouble. He said they racist shit on Facebook and Twitter and shit like that. It hit me like 4 a.m.
Nigga said, Dave, I'm gonna race him.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I said, Crap, hey, yo, listen, I'm telling all the goddamn secrets here, man. I gotta say this.
It's that morphine talk.
I'm gonna say this last thing. I promise I'm going. Listen, I recorded some of this shit. Not to be on some weirdo shit. I said, babe, when I'm going, I want you to release the lost tapes, right? So when it came out about Crap, right, with the stolen footage and all that shit, right, or whatever the fuck the case may be, I was crazy because I just had a fire, right? And then like, oh, he ain't had no fire. But anyway, I went back home. I was staying at my grandmother's house for like a month or whatever the case may be. So me and my old lady found another place, right? So I remember like when the shit first came out, I was in my grandmother's living room. She was making me some farina. And if you're black, you know what the hell I'm talking about.
That's some Spanish shit. Nigga said
farina. Farina downstairs in the cabinet.
Yeah,
what the fuck is that? A bottle of hot sauce? What the fuck is that?
Like, you know what I mean? So mind you, it's in the month of August. You know what I mean? My grandmother ain't got the air conditioner on. I bought. It's hot as hell in the house. I got my shirt off. I'm in there sweating, eating a hot ass bowl of farina. I get a Skype call.
Nigga eating some grape nuts.
I didn't even have a computer or anything. I was getting my Skype on through my phone, right? He called me. He said, yeah. No, I'm lying. He said, yeah, I got a few extra dollars. I'm thinking about to get the PlayStation 4. I said, why are you buying a PlayStation 4? Crap, you do all the hating on the PlayStation 4. What the hell are you gonna buy if there's no games on it right now, right? You're gonna look kind of silly buying a PS4. You told me they had no games, right? You've been talking for the last few months. I said, crap, don't buy the hit PlayStation 4. That was maybe Thursday night or maybe Friday, right? I get up Saturday, I'm looking at YouTube on my phone. Crap got like 9 PlayStation 4 reviews up or PlayStation 4 games, right? Literally. About 9 fucking reviews and shit, right? So, you know, I guess shit that I'm doing what Crap does best. One of them ponies said this is it and I can't stand no fucking more, right? He went dumpster down and lined listen, to this day, they went through every one of Crap videos and lined them shits up and found the fucking content creators, right? So Crap is what it really hit the fan. Yeah, but you know, everyone takes a little footage. I said, it ain't gonna be that big of a deal, right? I said, how long you in? My Crap card bumped out. I said, oh yeah? So how long did it bombed out? Maybe like last week. I said, it don't mean no big. This shit gonna blow, right? Crap full of shit. Crap fucking lie, right? I get a call about 4:30 in the morning. Yeah, it's pretty bad. I said, well, what you talking about, Crap? What you talking about? I'm half asleep. My wife like, who that? What you think is some bitch? I said, today ain't no fucking Crap. It's Crap Gamer. I said, yeah, what's up, bitch? What's up, Crap? Yeah, I'm gonna leave YouTube for a while. They went through all my shit. I said, went through all your shit. I said, what are you talking about? Crap went through all. I said, Crap, who went through all your shit? I don't know what are you talking about. It's like 4:30. I'm telling you a true fucking story. It's like, well, who went through all your shit, Crap? Those fucking ponies on YouTube went through all my reviews. So what are you talking about, Crap? You sent your Crap card you only month or a week ago. It been with, man. I didn't have a Cap card. I said, Crap, what the fuck going on? I said, look. We're gonna step in front of this, right? We're gonna come out in front of this. Right? I know what we're gonna do right now. I said, but God, them motherfuckers went through. You had everybody in your mama. He got about 10,000 subscribers off that shit. Like, there's no such thing as bad press. But that shit was crazy as hell. Every time she go, I don't hear from Crap. When Crap got a problem, he called me about 4 a.m. I swear to God, I swear to God, I'm not even exaggerating about the time, but that shit was a funny time at that moment.
Yeah, you guys will not subscribe to me.
Yeah, I mean, the Wolf of Wall Street. But anyway, listen, ladies and gentlemen, we about to get the hell up out of here. I didn't give you guys too much as it is. Listen,
the morphine drips.
Yeah, we also hold up. Shit, I want to put this again. I'm put the link again. Last time, this is the last video that I put out. If you look, actually, my best video I ever did before, as far as editing and production and all that stuff. Let me know what you think. But here's
I'm proud of that shit.
Yeah, I tell you, all day I took my time with that one. I really sat down. Yeah,
yo, what's up, PUBG, man?
Hey, yo, listen. Crazy part though, I wasn't even being funny in it. It's just the way I did the videos. Look, all professional for me. You know, I got dog shit content, but you know, for me, quality wise. And also, here's another link, like I said, to the Patreon. Support that if you want to get down with the shows. and I'm gonna give you a link to the website. I'm giving away a free game on the website too. So join the forums and check out the blogs. And
how many more days till the Xbox come out?
We got about 3 weeks, I think.
3 weeks?
Yeah, 3 weeks. All right, 3 weeks. There you go. I left all 3 links. And Halo Store, I'm giving the link to the Discord.
One question before we leave, though. Did they officially announce PUBG coming out with the shit? Like, what's the release date?
December.
Is it official?
Yeah,
this year.
They're adding more stuff to it, jumping and something there from the beginning.
Yeah, that's SOCOM right there, man. I'm telling you, I'm excited for that. That's my SOCOM right there.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So, like I said, join the Discord. We're gonna probably give away something in there. The most active on the Discord. The site. I'm gonna give away another game for the who got the best post. And so if you want the shows and stuff, come on, talk your shit. Yeah, this link. You know what I mean,
I'll be in that comment section all day.
But again, listen, I got 180. If you guys enjoyed the show tonight, right? Look, I got 180 people still here right now. Or we just bullshitting them all, right? I got 181 people, right?
Can we get some more likes?
If we get 50 more likes. 50 more likes.
If y'all hate me like that, like this fucking
50
video.
more likes, we stay 15 minutes.
50 more likes. Listen, I'll make a deal with you, right? If I get 50 more likes right now within the next minute, I will drop a 1 year Xbox Live, 1 year PSN. Right now. I have no control of who wins it or not, but I will drop it in here right now.
That's a good look. That's a good look.
Right now.
Come on, y'all got behind.
We had 137 likes. We had 100.
I got 181
200 likes.
The question is, what episode, what title was a debate between D and K Maker when they went at it?
Oh, I got the thumbnail. I got the thumbnail. It's 30 frames versus 60 frames.
Oh, I seen that thumbnail.
Yeah, it was 30 frames. And remember, we had to do it in 2 parts. So something happened. I got booted online.
That's what I'm saying. Because it cut out in the middle. The show cut out in the middle.
Yeah, but the fight.
Back on air,
listen, the fight really went on off the air. He said, "Yo, D, how tall was you, D?"
Yo, I need the Sony fanboys to hit the like button if you want to see me rip Capcom game apart.
He said, "No, fuck." He said, "No, you know what, nigga? You're ignorant." You're ignorant to the facts.
I remember the
one
guy. That was funny as fuck.
Yeah, I almost kind of felt bad for instigating. You know, I'm an instigator.
We had 150 likes. 150 likes.
Yeah, I said. He said, "How tall are you, D?" He tried to keep it down. He said, "You know what? No." He said, "You know what?"
It was all day versus K Mega. What's it? My friends are tougher than your homies, and then all day, my friends will kill my homies will kill your homies. I was dead. That was hilarious. My homies will kill your homies.
We had a couple classes on K Mega. We had a couple classes on here. We had Jabari versus K Mega about the name change.
That nigga still think he won that. That nigga delusional as fuck.
I guess y'all don't want. Listen, man, I can't get 20 more likes, man. Come on, bro. What's up? I got the code right. Look. I done paste the code. All I got to hit the send button.
Nah, give him the code little by little.
Just to hit like enough.
Yeah, because that troll wants to get it. Don't do that.
We got 146 right now.
146. Come on. We got 40 more seconds.
No, it's at 152.
Get 200 and I'll post.
Oh yeah, we at 153. You got refresh.
So get 200 and you do what?
You got refresh, Halo. It's at 153 now.
You said what you say? What you say? What you say?
It's at 153.
No, I'm asking MVP. What do you say?
MVP. Yeah.
I didn't hear you. What you say?
Yeah. They're like, yo, get those 200 likes and I'll repost those videos of my ex twerking. Y'all know those videos, man.
Yeah.
I'll make it even spicier. If y'all get that 200 likes, I'll live stream me smashing the Xbox One X. How about
that? Because I don't get upset. I'll kick a hole in the speaker, pull the plug, and I'll back to the lab. What are the mic?
Hey, I can imagine K Mega in the pickup truck bobbing his head to that shit.
One after one, another one. But I'll drop another one.
Nigga throwing it back.
Hey, y'all got to check for his ass. He's all week. He said, "You gonna come on GRG? What the fuck? What does GRG stand for? Is he still mandating gameplay?"
This is all Christian podcast.
Yeah.
Hey, let me tell you what's crazy.
He's bugging, yo.
Hey, look, I'm gonna tell you
what's Christian podcast.
Hey,
they don't believe it. It's an X Smash Live.
Listen,
Smash it live.
Look. I think we about to break even. I got 100. Look, I got 160 watching live, right? We get 3 more likes, right? One more.
10 more likes.
I only got 159 people in here. Shit, let's everybody hit the like button. We broke even. 158. 158.
Yeah, that's kind of fucked up, actually.
Fuck it, but listen, it goes cool. Bam, listen, right? As y'all look, right? So when K Mega was making his podcast, right?
Oh, there it is.
Last story. K Mega was making his podcast, and listen, I'm gonna tell you this right here. People think, because again, I'm not gonna take any credit, but I made on this side of YouTube.
What is that called for? Because I'm about to take it.
Take it. Let me get it right. I made podcasts. It's just cool on this side of on YouTube because remember they said I had a corporate slave. You corporate slaves get together every week and talk about. You don't remember all that shit, right? And it's neither here nor there. I mean, but it is what it is. But you know, I'm what you call. I am a trendsetter. You guys are seeing Sony Pony because of me. But you know, even the cartoon avatars, they said that, you know, we were pedophile for having cartoon avatars. Everybody, mama got them right. But I'm gonna say this right. People think that having a show or podcast is the thing to go the way they go as far as on YouTube, right? And actually, believe it or not, having a show or podcast is probably one of the hardest things you can do because you got 5 or 6 different personalities, right? Period. And then you know,
no chemistry, no show. Period.
But not even so much that. The fact that someone's going to dedicate their time to grow the show up to the show to actually, you know, try to grow the platform and the show. You know what I mean? Right. Motherfuckers get egos. Like I said, when having a show, believe it or not, is one of the hardest things that you can do besides just having your own channel because you do what you want to do, right? So I was telling K Mega, I said, you know, so you're gonna come in with your show. I said, why don't you wait, grow your brand a little more, you know, before you hit them with the show. You know what I mean? It ain't time yet, right? So I gave him my advice. He made a show. I enjoy. I think actually K Mega's a very entertaining character, but that's K Mega in real life. You know what I mean? That's Kareem Lowe. That's him in real fucking life. K Mega likes to fucking argue. I'll call him combative K Mega, right? And fucking he started his Discord, right? And he made the Discord and stuff. And I was looking at the rules to the Discord and to the show. No profanity. How the fuck you gonna make a Discord tell people they can't curse inside the Discord? He didn't want no cussing on the Discord. He didn't want no goddamn cussing on the show. So you know I couldn't wait till his ass came to that motherfucking. When he went to the Xbox lot to the party and shit. I said, yo, you know I started that shit early with him in 100. I was like, yo, man, they talking about you got a motherfucking Christian goddamn podcast. You can't curse up there. No homophobe. What's going on? Can't make it. No, that's a flag. That's a motherfucker.
No, think about it is, see, I was trying to make something real legal beagle. You know what I'm saying?
You know, I was trying to make I said, nah, nigga, you a motherfucking. What's that nigga named Don Lennon? What's that motherfucker? What's that weirdo motherfucker on CNN?
Don Lemon. Lemon.
Oh, you the Don Lemon of the goddamn Xbox community? You know, K Mega, right? You know, it's crazy. K Mega, right? And last thing. I'm telling you, listen, I must be high.
Yeah, y'all, we
must be high. Last story. It's a true story. Last one. Next Gen tell 2 stories that are funny, right? So in Bang, you know we got the Facebook group Bang Bang. I'm leaving the link right here. If you're not, you want to like the troll on, join Bang Bang. I'm leaving the link right now as we speak, right? So you know, K Mega had the whole save lock thing. Hey, save agent lock, right? Save agent lock. Right, and you know, K Mega be talking all that Black Panther shit, right, and all that shit, right? Talking, I don't know what the fuck, man. Yeah, man, somebody went to the K Mega profile. They said that nigga in love with the white man's woman and the white man's meat. No, I was done. I said, they ain't see not one sister up there. I said, y'all got too much time on your hand, man. But nah, they went all through my man K Mega shit, man. Listen, that's a fact. They say K Mega's the OJ of the Xbox community, man. I ain't like a Mojang. I'm done. That's it, man. Hit the like button. I said we catch you guys next week, and we ain't got no debate nothing tomorrow. We ain't got nothing tomorrow. We're playing.
Hey, 100 said next week.
Well, the 100 versus Alex, but we'll be live streaming tomorrow. So you know, come by and rock out with that, man. Jay Huggy Bear, shout out to you guys, man.
Mrs. 100 pulled out like a bitch.
Yeah, you know, I don't know what happened, man. He's drunk. He probably was drunk. That motherfucker was drunk. Yeah, here you go. Here the link. Look again. Get down. Listen, I'm looking for
Halo Storm don't want this work. You know this. Halo Storm didn't put himself out there, right? Halo Storm, stay dead. Stay dead. Stay dead.